Okay, you're good.
All right, prime rib roast, Christmas, burn the deck prime rib roast, famous here in Santa Cruz. So what we've done is we're going to light 25 coals on each side. We're going to add 4 per hour. That's going to be the consistent flame that we're going to have. Go ahead and pan on the roast. We have 2 roasts. Roast number 1, the larger roast, is going to be 9.05 pounds. That is looks like a 4 rib roast. And then we have a 3 rib, which is 6 1/3 pounds. Okay. And what we did was use a formula of approximately 13 minutes per pound is what we're going to use as our cooking time. We will start cooking when the fire is consistently warm. Coals have been cooking, have been on fire roughly about 15 minutes. So we're going to add now approximately 25 coals per side tray. We've got a 10 coal base of new coals, and what we're doing is just getting the coals in here, getting the fire warmed up. We have a nice, warm, consistent fire. Total cooking time, we're going to plan, right now it's about 3:15. We're going to put on the roasts probably in about 15 minutes at 3:30 and take them off about 6 o'clock. 15 minutes rest, let the roast rest, then we cut into them. Also, when you're cooking prime rib roast, you have to have the thermometers placed deep inside, not touching a bone. So we're going to go with that, deep inside, center, okay? Also in here, so I've got 2 of them. Again, be careful not to touch the bone. Hors d'oeuvres, always important. The chefs have to take care of themselves. They work very hard and they have to eat well. So you always have to buy something extra for the chefs. This is strictly for the cooking area. We have some turkey sausage and a tiny clove of garlic we're going to cut in half. Also, to add to the flavor, we're going to add a few chunks of mesquite to the fire. It doesn't interfere with the number of coals we put in, but we want to make sure that we get that good mesquite smoky flavor. That's going to add flavor to our prime rib and to our sausage. It's now 3:45, time to put the roast on. So we're only going to put one roast, the large roast, the 9-pound roast on first. What we've done is we prepared the fire. We have consistently hot fire, and we've added a couple pieces of mesquite smoke wood. Also, what we've done is clean the grill with some fat. It's important to get some fat from the butcher, and you can go ahead and clean the grill to make sure that you have a clean grill consistently throughout your fire. Because you're going to have meat in there, you want to make sure you get all the garbage off there from previous barbecues. So we're going to go ahead and put these on. First of all, what we have to have is a drip pan, and my assistant will get a drip pan, which is right there. We will place that in the middle. We've got to make sure that we have some water at the base of that. Go ahead and push it down. There you go. All right.
No problem.
Okay, so now we've got our drip pan in. Got our fat out of the way. Now we're ready to grill and put our meat on. So we're going to start this one first. We've done our calculations. This one goes on first at 3:45. That one's going to come off at 6:15. The second roast is going to go on at 4:25. Also come off at 6:15. Again, take into account the poundage of the roast. 9 pound, 6 1/3. So it's going to cook at different times. The key is to have the consistent heat on the fire.
No.
Okay, so what we've done, looks like the roast has been on about roughly 25 minutes. So let's bring the camera over here and take a look. what we got so far, 25 minutes. Okay, that's our 9-pounder. You can see it's starting to brown, looking really good. Fire, consistent heat throughout. Drip pan in on the drip pan. You can see that the drippings are starting to work really well. Make sure you keep water added to it. That's important. Again, today we're using the indirect method for cooking this roast. It's about 410 right now, and that will be ready to pull off at about 6:15, and then we'll have 15 minutes rest. Now this roast will be ready to go on in about 15 minutes, so we can pull both roasts off at the same time. 9-pounder, 6 1/3 pounder. Today's barbecue staff is myself, Tony Garnisi, and Matson Jones. Okay, so you got to have a good barbecue staff in order to make this happen, pull it off successfully. So that's what we have so far. Now it's a 420, approximately 420, 425. Go ahead and take a look inside. You can see the roast is just browning very well. We've got a really good roast going here today. We're going to have an exceptional dinner tonight for Christmas. We just opened a bottle of Apollo Pinot. Excellent wine to go with this roast. It's just going to be a phenomenal dinner tonight, and we are just happy to be here. Love the people, love the business, love the prime rib. Now, so what we're going to do is go ahead and add this one. Make sure that we get the fat out of the way. Probably just going to get a piece of foil. I'm going to turn that around just to make sure that we get some even cooking on both sides for that. Okay. Again, we're going to do 13 minutes per pound. We have a 9-pounder, 6 3/4. So this one's they're both going to come off at 6:15. This one's going on at 6:25. So that's going to work out. You can see that we've got a really good consistent charcoal fire going. We're probably going to move that around a little bit. Add a chunk of mesquite just to keep the smoke flavor going. Nope. Oh, got to get it inside to count, right? Okay, and then every hour we're going to add 4 coals to each side just to keep the fire consistently hot. Okay, now temperature is about between 140 and 150. I think it's time to come off. So we're a little bit early in our schedule. It's about 5 minutes to 6. We're about 15 minutes early. But irregardless, they got started a little late on the potatoes, so we're going to have to maybe let it rest a little longer. This one's still cooking. Put that one in the hot spot. And we got temperature on this one between 140 and 150. Temperature continuing to rise. It will continue to cook. I'm going to cover it in foil, bring it in the house, and let it rest. This one, temperature's just getting started. A little older dial, between 130 and 140, but it will definitely pick up. So roast number 1 coming off. Roast number 2 coming off in about 10 minutes. Roast number 1 coming in the house. Getting ready to let it rest, then we're going to carve it in a few minutes.
Yep.